Continuing to episode 7, Ryudo found himself dreaming on the beach, hearing Runa's voice. When he woke up, Runa was right in front of him. Ryudo realized it wasn't just a dream. This summer, he would be sharing a house with Runa. During the day, Runa and Ryudo worked part-time at her uncle's seaside eatery. Runa took orders from customers, while Ryudo worked at the locker rental. They both seemed happy with their tasks. On that peaceful day, two troublemakers suddenly appeared and teased Runa. Ryudo, who happened to be taking a break while working on math problems, observed the situation from a distance. The two troublemakers persistently asked Runa irrelevant questions, and she could only respond with a stiff expression. Luckily, at that moment, Runa's uncle, Mao, went out for shopping. From afar, Ryudo felt fear seeing the two troublemakers. They continued to question Runa, asking her to choose between them. Sensing the tension, Ryudo approached, pretending to inquire whether they wanted to rent a locker or eat. The troublemakers revealed they weren't customers and decided to leave. However, before departing, one of them asked Runa to choose between them and the part-timers. Without hesitation, Runa chose Ryudo, claiming he was her boyfriend. Disappointed, the troublemakers left. After they were gone, Runa told Ryudo that she dislikes conversing with guys like them. Ryudo apologized, realizing he should have intervened sooner. Runa reassured him, expressing gratitude for his help. Runa admired Ryudo, noting that even at the beach, he continued to learn. She believed he would get into a prestigious university. Runa then shared that after graduation, Nikoru wanted to enroll in a nail art school. Since Nikoru had a stepmother and didn't want to rely on her financially, she worked multiple part-time jobs to save for school. Akari aspired to enter the fashion field. Ryudo then inquired about Runa's plans after graduation. Runa revealed she hadn't decided yet. Achieving her goal in high school, having the same feelings as the person beside her, Ryudo, was her primary focus. Ryudo was surprised and pleased to hear this. Runa mentioned her dream of living together with her father, mother, and Maria, just like in the past. However, if that proved difficult, she wanted to create her own family. She envisioned being a mother with many children, always loving her husband, and being affectionate in front of their kids. Ryudo thought Runa was thinking more about the future than he was. When they arrived at Runa's grandmother's house, Runa shouted from the kitchen because there were no potatoes. Her grandmother explained that the potatoes had been used to make croquettes. It turned out that now Runa wanted to make a stew with meat and potatoes. When Runa mentioned this to her grandmother, Ryudo was also in front of the kitchen. Runa was surprised to see him because she had intended to surprise Ryudo. Finally, they went out together to shop and got potatoes and other ingredients for cooking. After returning from shopping, Ryudo carried all the items they bought with both hands. Runa reached out to help carry the things Ryudo had, but he refused, saying the items were not too heavy. Runa then said that if Ryudo carried them with both hands, they couldn't hold hands. Runa took the items in Ryudo's right hand, and they walked while holding hands. Upon arriving home, the two of them prepared the ingredients together. While washing the potatoes they had bought earlier, Runa said that now they were like a married couple, shopping together and then cooking together. Ryudo was surprised again and blushed upon hearing Runa's statement. Finally, their meal was ready. Runa told Ryudo to taste the dish, and it turned out to be delicious. Runa shared again that being in a relationship could be this beautiful, and Ryudo nodded in agreement. Elsewhere, Maria returned home and was welcomed by her mother. While preparing food, her mother told Maria that she had just received a call from her grandmother, asking when they would visit, because they usually went to her grandmother's house during the summer festival. Maria confirmed it. Her mother continued, saying that according to her grandmother, this year Runa would also come, making it lively. And Runa also brought her boyfriend there. Suddenly, Maria was very surprised to hear this. Maria made an excuse, saying that she forgot about a promise with her school friend, so she couldn't go to her grandmother's house. Maria then went to her room. At Runa's grandmother's house, Runa's grandmother shared that Maria and her mother couldn't come there. However, the grandmother was eagerly anticipating their visit. Runa and Ryudo thought that perhaps Maria intentionally avoided coming there to avoid them. Runa recounted that last year, Maria couldn't make it, so it had been almost 2 years since they last met Maria, and they hadn't chatted for a long time. Even when Maria transferred to their class, because of the extended time, Runa almost didn't recognize her. Runa thought that Maria probably didn't want to transfer to their school, especially to the same class. Runa also mentioned that their attitudes had always been different, but Runa deeply cared for Maria. She wanted to be close to her. Ryudo responded that Maria might need time and Runa's feelings had been conveyed to Maria. Runa then made a request, asking Ryudo to be friends with Maria along with her. So, Runa intended to approach Maria as a friend, not as a sister. Ryudo tried to respond, understanding that Runa wanted to be close to Maria without others knowing they were siblings. Runa affirmed it. She wanted to gradually get close to Maria, then they could be together again, sharing ice cream like before. Runa seemed very enthusiastic and determined. After that, Mao came home, bringing Runa's newly repaired phone. When Runa opened her phone, she found numerous unread messages and realized she had missed the current viral trend. Finally, Runa invited Ryudo to do a duet, performing a trendy dance together to upload on social media. The next day, Ryudo received his salary from Mao, Runa's uncle. Mao felt very grateful because thanks to Ryudo, he could do other things, revealing that Mao's original job was as a writer. For Ryudo, it was the first money he earned with his own sweat. Mao already knew that it was their 2-month anniversary that day, so he suggested using the money to surprise Runa at the upcoming summer festival night. Ryudo walked alone to the festival location that night, where many people were setting up their stalls. While walking through several vendor stands, Ryudo was still unsure what to buy for the surprise, and his gaze landed on one item. Ryudo decided to purchase it. Upon returning home, he saw Runa already wearing a yukata. Ryudo was surprised and complimented Runa, saying she looked very beautiful. Runa said Ryudo's reaction wasn't as good as when he saw her in a swimsuit. Ryudo immediately denied that. Runa then mentioned there was a yukata for Ryudo as well. After both of them put on yukatas, they went to the festival. They played the fish-catching game, bought food, and so on. Runa saw a stall selling jewelry and asked Ryudo for permission to check it out, while Ryudo was still in line to buy candy apples. Runa asked the jewelry seller for a moonstone ring, but it turned out that the specific type of ring was already sold out. Ryudo and Runa continued walking together, enjoying candy apples. Ryudo asked several times if Runa's feet hurt. Runa questioned why Ryudo kept asking that. Ryudo then apologized, explaining that it was his first time walking with a woman wearing a yukata. Runa thanked him. Runa also learned that it was Ryudo's first experience. Ryudo shared that he hadn't been to a festival since elementary school, and it was also his first time eating a candy apple. Runa was surprised to hear this. Ryudo also mentioned that he had his first taste of boba on a date with Runa. Runa then shared that a candy apple was something her mother bought for her father for the first time. Runa continued, recalling when she once said she wanted to marry her first love, just like her mother did. Runa suddenly stopped walking. She looked very sad and asked why Ryudo didn't end up being her first love. Seeing Ryudo always experiencing things for the first time made Runa feel sad because none of those were first for her. Walking together in yukatas, eating a candy apple for the first time, catching fish, Runa wanted those to be her firsts with Ryudo. She wanted to erase her memories. Although Ryudo had many first times with Runa, she couldn't give him her first experience. Ryudo then said that Runa already did. Ryudo had received a lot. Even if Runa had experiences with others, if her feelings were different when she was with Ryudo, he truly felt happy about it. During their bubble tea date, the boat ride, the beach trip, Ryudo felt he had received all of Runa's feelings at those moments. Runa looked deeply moved by Ryudo's words. Then, from behind his shirt, Ryudo took out a box for Runa as a celebration of their 2 months of dating. Runa was touched because Ryudo remembered. When the box was opened, it revealed a moonstone ring, the one Runa wanted earlier. Ryudo said he chose that ring because it reminded him of Runa. He also said that it wouldn't compare to all the happiness Runa gave him. But Runa said it was more than enough. She was very grateful to Ryudo. Meeting him was the best gift for her. While putting the ring on Runa's finger, Ryudo invited her to do something for the first time with him. Before they started dating, they seemed to live in different worlds, meaning there were many new experiences they could seek together. Runa agreed. She also wanted to experience firsts with Ryudo. At that moment, fireworks burst in front of them. The fireworks looked incredibly beautiful from where they were sitting. Runa approached Ryudo, holding his hand. Both of them declared their love for each other. Accompanied by the breathtaking fireworks, they kissed. Episode 7 came to an end.